Hey guys, hey, I guess ATC, you're the only one here with me at the moment. So I'm late. Just had some last minute stuff to take care of, but anyways, thank you, man. No problem. Yeah, no problem. I saw that earlier. So let's get kind of caught up with the chat here. Hey, ladies, fireworks explodes. Action comes running down to the stage view, leaps and slides into the ring. He runs and jumps onto the turnbuckle, raising his arms in victory. And I responded, good entrance there. And then ATC says, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Now I'm down to zero for some reason. Yeah, that clears it up a bit. All right, so I think ATC, you're the only other one in here right now. So how'd your day go as we sit and wait for see if some more people come in here? Hopefully they will soon, sooner rather than later. Batgoat said, "Hey pals, hey Batgoat. So are you still under quarantine then, man?" I know there's more than one people in here. Friday will be 10 days, and I'm good. I feel fine, but yes. Huh. Well, glad you got here early tonight. Um, hey there, BG from ATC. Hey, Mike. Oh, we know the counter's acting screwed, but that's always seems to be the case for some reason. Anyways, how'd your day go today, guys? Anything exciting happen? I know Backgoat as we just mentioned you were of course you've been in quarantine, but how's that working out for you? You at least figure something out. Got my cuisine art griddler today. It's a combo griddle panini. It's super dope and wasn't too expensive. Under 100 and has the best reviews. Ah, that sounds cool. Guess that means you're gonna be cooking some stuff, huh? See. After that, I've been stressful to deal with today. You can ask Mrs. Toys laugh out loud. Hmm. Well, what's got you so stressed out? I'll take a pic and show you guys as the weather gets nice. I'm gonna get rolling again. Walking and disc golf. That'd be cool. I heard you were doing some editing last night, right? And I do thank you guys for the likes and shares. That does help. Hopefully that will help bring in some more people as well. Gotta drop a metric ton. My boy's wedding is less than 2 months away. Ah, so you can look good for his wedding, huh? Hmm, that should be cool. Friend of mine's son recently got married too. So hmm. Yeah. So anything else going on with you guys? Yes, the editing continues. I also have an idea for some new B-roll footage, so I have to fire up the Xbox games. Should be cool. I'm trying to keep it simple. I don't quit. Well, that's good. Good to hear. Edit on, my friend. Yeah. So my day to day was pretty much, the usual. You know, got up, went to the store to grab an energy drink. You know, came home. Actually watched Dan Bongino's interview with President Trump, which of course YouTube. Then I guess they did their thing as he had warned they probably would. Um, then watched my Toonami block in the afternoon, and then started preparing my stream, and so out loud, sweet. Thinking of it shoot like I said. I'll keep you posted. Hmm. Yeah. Ah, it says only two people. But I know we have three, so YouTube's being screwy again. I'm gonna try simple, so it might not be as funny as I first thought. Hmm. Hmm. So, just out of curiosity, for your guys, your YouTube, is it showing 2 or 3 people watching? Just want to know from your perspective. Oh, now it's showing three. Like StreamYard seems to be showing three now, and YouTube as well is showing three. Okay, so that's cool. Just went to three. Yeah, that's what I saw too. Three. Yeah. Now it went back down to one for some reason. Man, YouTube's really being a little peckerhead tonight. And of course, resetting it or rebooting it or resetting it. Just it doesn't seem to be working to fix it. Sometimes it does, sometimes doesn't. Speaking of, where's Woody? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe sleeping on the couch, I guess. Um, and then we're also waiting on Leto. I know he'll probably get in a little late. Hopefully, he doesn't oversleep. Hopefully, he'll get in at a reasonable time here. Um, Solid hasn't been in a while. Um, Dave Marks came back, but then disappeared again. Wonder if anybody's heard from him. If what's going on with that. If he's, I guess he's still protesting Susan. Um, um, I'm still here, El Guapo. Yeah. It's cool though, to press on with only us. All good. Yeah, I'm thinking because we're already at 12 minutes here. I might just do that. Dave's making money on mines. Okay, I'd hope he dropped in at some point, but anyways, all right. So what's on tap? Well, first up, I'm gonna run things a little different. Normally, I do all the comic stories first and all the anime, and then television. But tonight, I'm gonna do because I do have 6 stories. I have 2 from comics, 3 from anime, and 1 from television. But instead of the normal pattern, I'm going to do all of Bounding into because there's like 1 story each there. I'm going to do all the Bounding into Comics stories first, and then go over to CBR and do those stories afterwards. So let's see now. So, and a few comments came into here since quote was from the movie The Three Amigos, top 10 American comedy, not even an argument. Yeah. Dave's plying. Okay. All right. So, anyways, um, right. With that, with that, we had, like as I said, 6 stories. I told you we're gonna probably do all the founding in the comics first. Among the stories we're gonna look at tonight include, let's see, the comics. Let's see, comic story is gonna be in regards to well, yeah. Let me, for my own mind's sake here, let me just do this. It's a lot easier to do it like this. Oh, wait, what are we doing? What I wanted to do there. Easier to read it from here. Okay, so among the stories I have for you guys tonight, let's see. I guess even before we get to that, I guess there are a few more. Okay. All right. All right. So, anyway, here's again what's on. So, Archaven Comics has made an announcement in regards to its Arctoons program. They're kind of, in terms of a number of titles they're looking into. Um, we got a we got another round of Emmett Plant versus Vic Mignogna, as Emmett's at it again, trying to get Vic canceled from another convention. There's also a story on the Flintstones, on the, I guess, a movie that more quote unquote adult oriented movie that's being directed by Elizabeth Banks. That doesn't sound like it's going too well. We got some DC fandom news, some news in regards to a release, a movie release from Kyoto Animation, and the passing of Dragon Ball and Kamen Rider composer Shinsuke Kikuchi. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started on the news tonight. Let's see. Uh, Flintstone. Yeah. So, anyways, um, let's go ahead and get into this. So, we're gonna. So the first story we're gonna, as I said, we're gonna go through all the Bounding and the comic stories first, hit the um, then hit the hit the CBR stories. You should ask Crumb to come on. Um, she's covered the con being a pecker. uh, yeah, well, um, just give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna turn on my light in my room here. Yeah. Sometimes I think sometimes it can be a bit of a uh uh yeah. Yeah, maybe in hindsight I should have realized Mom, Bobby's being a pecker. Uh yeah, so yeah, maybe in hindsight I should have probably turned off or gone off camera there for a moment. So anyways, um I don't know. Sometimes when you're like starting a stream right at dusk, sometimes it can be a bit of a be a bit of a how about Mike flashing his legs? Uh anyway, so let's get started with the news here. I just gotta call it up here. There we go. Anyways, so okay, so let's get into this then. First article we're gonna look at here is Archaven Comics unveils all 17 titles for its newly released Arctoons platform, promises 17 more. John F. Trent, the story was written today. So John F. Trent was the guy who was writing this particular story. Archaven Comics and lead editor Vox Day announced all 17 titles that will be available on the Arctoons webcomic platform as it launched with 5 new titles today. The site, found at archaven.com, launched with Alt Hero, Midnight's War, Do Volt, The Hammer of Freedom, and Go Monster Go. Each of these titles will release new episodes every Wednesday. So I guess there's the there right there seems to be the I guess a panel from Alt Hero. That X on her face look kind of like the Alabama flag, a portion of the Alabama flag or the Confederate flag. On Thursday, the site will feature a Throne of Bones and Ascendant like the first five. They will release new episodes weekly. The titles for Friday include Shade and Hypergamos. Um, Again, they will also release new episodes weekly. On Saturday, the site will feature Quantum Mortis and Clockwork Dancer. Sunday sees the release of Swan Knight Saga and Chicago Typewriter. Gun Ghoul. I wonder what that is. That title kind of worries me because that could Gun Ghoul, depending upon what the story is, could be a bit of a problem because there's an anime and manga called Gun Grave. So if it's anything like that, they might be in trouble. And Cosmic Warrior arrive on Monday, and The Awakener and Chuck Dixon's Avalon drop on Tuesday. See below for more detailed information about the first five series. Let's see. Woody's here. Hey, Woody, how you doing, man? And thank you for the like and share. Hopefully that helps. I guess there was. Well, actually, it looks like there's a few that have gone on since. Right, so here we go. Hello, Toys. Back go to Mike. Hey, Woody. How about that? I know Toys always gets my warped Ming mind. Okay. Bleep bleep. Really? I am a stupid. No, you're not. Back goes, man. Don't Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon fame. Hey, Woody. Morning, Woody. Or a vase. The wood is up for the stream. Oh boy. Laugh out loud. Confederate flag totally. Um I wish I were in Dixie. But the law never will take it away the only way they know how. Let's let them little boys settle them down. Do 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 do. To some good old boys. Here's Gungo raising the dead. Again, this title I would be concerned for them because there's an anime manga called Gun Grave, and if they took any elements from that, they might this could be a copyright issue there. But anyways, in a press release, Archaven Comics detailed that in addition to the 17 series that have been announced, an additional 17 comics from Archaven Comics, Super Prumo, and other publishers are already scheduled for release and will be announced over the next week on the date of their first appearance on the new digital comic site. As noted above, Archaven promises that every Arctoons title will run weekly episodes and that the site is expected to feature more comics content in the first month alone than was solicited by DC Comics in May. Arctoons is a free to view website. However, it does have a subscription model. Subscription options range from $5 to $50 per month and allow subscribers to support the creation of the comics as well as various rewards that will be announced in the coming months. I know perfectly well who and what Lucas Varney is. Now, drop the knife, necro whore. Not even the wicked dead can raise a corpse without a head. The press release is emphatic that there is no paywall and no subscriber exclusive content. They commented on the platform's model saying, "We're not interested in limiting the availability of the content." Um, he added, "We've seen this content support model utilized successfully in several other industries, and we know that people understand the importance of backing comics content. They actually want, instead of limiting themselves to the converged content imposed by huge corporations that hate them." Well, let's see what people are saying at this point. "You are a stupid man" is another movie quote, Mike. "I'm only partially insulting myself, Cheech and Chong." Oh, okay. I didn't realize it. Arkhaven sounds like Arkham, probably the loony bin. Uh, Now off to the castle on our mighty steeds. Little Saint Seiya reference there, ATC. Wow, good insult. Uh, we're the Galaxy Rangers. Okay. In fact, Arkhaven touts that the platform already has more than 30% of the subscribers it believes it needs in order to establish what Arkhaven lead writer Chuck Dixon describes as a perpetual production model. Even Dixon, who created the infamous Batman villain at DC Comics and has, um, yeah, the infamous Bat villain they're talking about is Bane, by the way. Bane. And renowned runs on Batman, Nightwing, Birds of Prey, and The Punisher, is extremely excited about Arctoons. He said, "This is all about producing more new stories, more new content. This isn't like when I was just a cog in the machine at Marvel or DC. This is a pure comics creation with no gatekeepers or corporate careerist in the way," he continued. Um, "This is total creative freedom without limits, other than the challenge of staying ahead of our small army of illustrators, but that's where I live." Grrr! Oh, that looks pretty gruesome. Midnight Source Midnight's War. While Arctoons featured Archaven Comics, Super Prumo, Dark Legion, and Rizlandia Comics, upon launch, it will also welcome independent creators. However, the content must meet Arctoon's standards, which are no sex, no Satanism, no social justice. Actually, that sounds like some. I mean, if Tug wanted to make his comment more of a regular thing, this sounds like the perfect platform for him. Um, just saying, if you are worried about Arctoons, Arctoons might favor Archaven Comics, Super Prumo, um, Dark Legion, and Rislandia with its algorithm, Arcaven promises that its algorithms will be fair and will not favor publisher created content over independent creators. For those interested in publishing on Arctoons, you are encouraged to email descriptions, 3 sample frames at 1080 wide resolution, and links to their existing content to the submissions at archaven.com. Dave says, we expect Arctoons to be the go-to site for high-quality comics content by the end of the year. If you can write better stories than The Legend, then we definitely want people to be able to read them on Arctoons, whether you happen to publish with Archaven or not, because great stories belong to the world, he added. Here's more information on each of the 17 titles that will be released over the next week on Arctoons. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made yesterday and try to read through all the details. I'll just kind of just flash through them this time, just so we're not. Let's see. We saw that. Toys, what do you think a good time is for videos? This is going to be edit intensive, so I want shorter. I'll never turn on ads on my channel, so I'm thinking of 6 minutes tops. Maybe less if it's going to be action stuff that may get um, re- repetitive, like 2 to 3 minutes. The 3 minute vids are currently favored by the algae, but 6 minutes is still good. Cool, good thinking. Minute three tops. Minute three top 6 sounds good. Social dist. Anyways. All right, so I'll just breeze through this. I won't try to read. Guys can read all that around there. I will read just all. So Alt Hero is by Box Day from Arcade Comics. Midnight's War is by Vox Day and Chuck Dixon from Arcade Comics. Hammer of Freedom is by Luciano Cunha from Super Prumo. Go Monster Go. Doesn't look like they have the art. Go Monster Go is a brand new comic created by the legend Chuck Dixon and illustrator Timothy Laddie, specifically for Arctoons. Do Volt by John Del Eros, Jesse White, and Matt Cross from Rislandia. A Throne of Bones, and that is Ascendant, Star Spangled Squadron, Shade. Here's another thing that might get them in trouble because DC Comp, and this one's even More likely because Shade, there's an actual character in DC Comics called Shade. Hyper Mouse, Quantum Mortis, a man disputed, disrupted, Clockwork Dancer, Swan King Saga, or Swan Knight Saga, Chicago Typewriter. Oh, look at that. Dude's in a, I wonder if that's set maybe in the 30s or something like that. The dude's in a like business suit with a trench coat. Well, that's not quite a fedora, but Gun Ghoul, Cosmic Warrior, those aliens, The Awakener, Chuck Dixon's Avalon. Arctunes launched today at archaven.com. Go and check out all they have to offer. Which series are you most looking forward to checking out? Oh, there we go with that article. Yeah. Minimum is what I was trying to say. Sorry. Um, Speaking of which, I'm going to be editing, so I won't be quick to answer. Woody saw Peach and he changed. All right, so we're 37 minutes into this. Oh, let's move on. Back go. It's kind of your timing's a little bit off because now we're going to be getting into the Vic Mignogna story. I know you said you were going to go off to edit, but think you might, and I know you might still be listening, but we're now going to be getting into the um, Vic Mignogna story here, cancel culture story. And this story is by Spencer Bacouli from today. Following recent successes, Star Trek audiobook producer Emmett Plant mounts another campaign to remove Vic Mignogna from Metrothem Con guest list. Well, let's see what's going on here. And they got a picture of one of Vic's characters right there. That's Rohan from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I believe that's Stardust Chronicles. I believe, or Diamond. Actually, no, Diamond is Unbreakable. Actually, is that one. Hot off the heels of his two latest successes in campaigning to remove Vic Mignogna from the guest list for the 55-year mission tour Star Trek convention and SAC Anime's Anime Roseville event, Star Trek audiobook producer Emmett Plant has now turned his efforts towards achieving the same result from the upcoming Metrotham Con. George JoJo's this picture right here, episode 36, another one bites the dust, part 2. So slated to be held between April 30th and May 2nd. That's this weekend. The Chattanooga, Tennessee-based convention first announced Mignogna's appearance on April 28th, today. So he's getting really to work on this. Posting a video to their Instagram account in which the voice actor shared how he was looking forward to the event and encouraged fans to make your plans to attend. Now, of course, I'm sure we all are in agreement. We hope that this convention does not give in to the pressure. I'm listening. Yeah. I think we can all agree that we hope that this convention does not give in to Emmett Plant, the little, as I guess Nick likes to call him, the little manlet, as it were, the little manlet. Um, and I guess Vic did this video for. Oh yeah, okay. Only 2 days left to get your stimulus package weekend badge for only. Okay, that's from their tweet, I guess. Shortly after Metrotham Con revealed Mignana's attendance, Plant hinted at backlash towards the convention, writing on his personal Twitter account, I'm certain this will work out well for the organizers of Metrotham Con. Good Lord, why even do this to yourselves? He asked, referencing the past outrage campaigns directed towards numerous conventions over their respective decisions to invite Mignana, many of which Plant himself has been involved in. Yeah, so I know Vic has encouraged his fans to respond to this garbage biblically. You know, not to respond negatively to it, not to do anything rash. But this guy, really, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but this guy is just somebody who needs somebody needs to beat him into the ground. I don't know, I'm sorry, but this guy, this is one of those type of people that he just needs to have his hind handed to him, as it were. Metrotham, I guess it's a convention in it's what con is this? Is Metrotham? I believe this is a con in. Well, they said it's a con, I guess, in Tennessee. I believe the con in Tennessee. Let me just double check that. Back up. Metrotham Con, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it's happening this weekend, Friday, April 30th to Sunday, May 2nd. Um, let's see, and then of course this it's a tweet. Thereafter, Plant shared another tweet, this time noting his intention to quote unquote talk to some journalists in Chattanooga and see if they're interested in reading 80 pages of sworn testimony regarding the behavior of the dude headlining Metro ThamCon this weekend. 10 minutes later, Plant confirmed that he had spoken to at least one news outlet regarding Mignana, declaring, one news desk down, who knows how many to go. It will be interesting to see how Plant's latest efforts against Mignana plays out, as this one in particular is a bit unorthodox, as typically the campaigns to remove Mignana from a given convention's guest list are launched months in advance and are done in response to the announcement of his attendance. Well, maybe it's kind of funny because they mentioned this and they made the announcement today, right? Maybe, and if so, they made it today. So the con starts 2 days from now. Maybe this was intentional on Metrotham's part to try to keep the damage to a minimum, because they probably knew if they probably I think most cons by now, if they know if they are going to invite Vic, they know they're going to have hell to pay from these KVers. You know, I'm pretty sure that they now know. So maybe they just delayed the announcement of him as much as possible, as late as possible to try to minimize this in Minecraft. One apple for each month in the appeals count so far. Yeah, I know, Woody. Nick said it could be a year easy. He said that right away. Hmm. Yeah. He did kind of mention that. I do remember that too. However, despite Mignana having been announced as a guest on March 22nd, which resulted in a minor but ultimately inconsequential spot of backlash on the convention's official Facebook page, Plant launched this effort just days before Metrotham is set to open its doors. It's an unusually short window for such campaigns, and doesn't afford the convention time to properly assess their complaints and make an informed decision. Whether Metrotham Con will uninvite their headlining guests despite the event's rapidly approaching start date remains to be seen. As of writing, neither the convention nor its organizers have publicly commented on the situation. What do you make of Plant's latest efforts? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. I think he's a total. I think he's total trash. Okay, and yeah, maybe Minecrafting. He needs. I'm not even going to say it again because I know I could get in trouble for that. So I'm not gonna. But I think we all share the sentiment. Let me just look something up here real quick. Let me see. What am I looking for? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Metrotham Con is coming up. Chattanooga Convention Center. Oh, so it's a horror convention with comics, gaming, sci-fi, video gaming. Oh, and apparently, well, hmm. Now this is interesting. Gonna share something here real quick with you guys. Um, just because now I don't know if this has anything to do with plans and like if this is anything I doubt it because people in question here I don't think, but I'm going to share this because you guys might want to take a look at this. This is that's the con list from that's the con list from Metrotham. Now I don't know if these cancellations came as a result of. I doubt it because one of the names there is Johnny Young Bosch. I know he doesn't have any issues with Vic. So John Anderson, I have no idea which John because there have been a number of guys named John Anderson over the years. Um, Karen Ashley um, from from of course Power Rangers fame. Johnny Young Bosch, everybody knows him. Miley Flanagan, the voice of Naruto. She might have done that. She's kind of a hard lefty. She's Amanda C. Miller, who is the voice of Boruto, the English voice Boruto in Boruto, as well as but I don't know if this has as much to do with, but I'm just looking at this now. Now I don't know if these cancellations have anything to do with Vic. I don't think, at least in Johnny's case, I wouldn't imagine it would, because Johnny, well, at least from what we've seen, Johnny doesn't play that game. So I would hope that wouldn't be the case. He stinks. Agreed. Sometimes Minecraft looks like a fun little game, then it lures you in. hmm So yeah. So basically, again, I don't know if those cancellations have anything to do with Emmett's little baloney or what have you. But yeah. So let me just do this real quick. Still showing only two. Oh well. Let's get that screen shared back to the main articles there. Oh, I must have forgot to set out. I will probably try to look that up and see if whether or not what's going on there. And I would guess it depends upon when those cancellations occurred too. All right. So, anyways, on to the next story. Got a little distracted there covering the Vic story, but this is the next one here. And of course, for some of us, so Elizabeth Banks is creating an adult sequel series for the Flintstones. It already sounds terrible. So John F. Trent was the guy who wrote this story, and he wrote it today, television side of it. Now, Woody Woody might remember this more when it was actually happening. I think Batgo and I were by the time Batgo and I were watching it, it was already in syndication. But the Flintstones originally started out as a primetime anime show. If you think about it, when it originally came out in the '60s, it was more like it was kind of what the Simpsons became there in the late '80s and '90s. Have out loud. So Elizabeth Banks, the director of the failed Charlie's Angels reboot, who blamed men for the film's failure, is apparently working on an adult-themed sequel series to the Hanna-Barbera classic, The Flintstones. The great. These SJWs are trying to remake another classic. You know, you just kind of wish that these people would stop messing with the classics. Banks' adult themed sequel series is being produced by Fox, and that Banks is not only producing the series, but she will be voicing a 20 something Pebbles Flintstone. Oh, goody. A press release from Fox details the show catches up with the Flintstone family 2 decades after the original, with Fred on the brink of retirement and 20 something Pebbles embarking on her own career. Now, mind you, Hanna-Barbera did do some series involving Pebbles being older. In fact, I remember there was the one show, the Pebbles and Bam Bam comedy show, I believe, where Sally Struthers, who was Gloria Bunker Stivic on All in the Family, she voiced Pebbles in that series. So um, it adds, as the Stone Age gives way to a shiny and enlightened, oh boy, to a shiny and enlightened new Bronze Age, the residents of Bedrock will find this evolution harder than a swing from Bam Bam's club. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. They're doing computer animation with it too? Just have to wish they'd stop. Man, SJW, stop it! Stop messing with the classic! I bleeping hate her with every fiber of my being. Oh boy. In Minecraft, of course, don't you just want to take her to the woodshed? In Minecraft, of course. Oh my freaking. In Minecraft, of course. Out Nevitt Delman CC by dash SA 3.0 Creative Commons. Okay. The show is being produced by both Warner Brothers Animation and Fox Entertainment. Banks and Max Handelman are executive producing through Brownstone Productions. They are joined by I get the Dana Schinder and Lindsay Kearns, who will be co-executive producers. Kearns is also writing the pilot script for the show. Her credits include Jurassic World, Camp 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 Cretaceous, where she was a staff writer. She also wrote 2 episodes of DC Superhero Girls and has written a number of episodes of Cleopatra in Space. She also appears to be super woke on her Twitter account. Oh, goody. Just what we need. A woke Flintstones. Yeah, that is exactly what the public is crying for, clamoring for. Yes, that's exactly what we need, right? Sheesh. Uh, yeah, I can already see what the stories are likely going to be. In November 2020, following the election of Joe Biden, she wrote in all caps, "Attention, privileged white evangelicals. It is finally appropriate for you to post memes that say, God is on the throne. Go ahead now." Oh, boy. Uh, More recently, in January, she wrote, "If you're a white evangelical and you don't want to get lumped in with those kinds of Christians, here's a tip: denounce white supremacy. Amazing how many people would apparently rather write a dissertation on theological nuance than simply denounce white supremacy." Oh, this one's a real bright one, isn't she? Hey, Leto, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Mike, Toys, um, Batgoat, Woody, how are you guys? We've had a couple of pretty interesting stories we've gone through here. We're on the third story here. Um, Emmett Plant is at it again, trying to get Vic canceled from another con, and right now we're looking at basically somebody trying to put a woke Flintstones out there. So I'm getting ready to drive to work. God is on the what? Jazz music snaps. There is no such thing as white supremacy, you idiot. Yeah, I would imagine you're telling her that, right? Hey, Leto, talking about her, not anyone else. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know. I figured as much. Hello, Leto. We be doing fine. And well, Leto, I don't know if you can, but if you can like and share the stream, that would help, if at all possible. Um, Help with the algorithm there. Nevertheless, Fox executive Michael Thorne is excited about the show. He stated, long before The Simpsons and Springfield and the Griffins and Quahog, or even when the Belchers started serving burgers on Ocean Avenue, there were the Flintstones and Bedrock, which is true. As I mentioned at the beginning of the article here, when the Flintstones debuted back in 1960, they originally debuted as a primetime animated show. It was basically an animated version of the Honeymooners, is what it was basically sold as. He added, their imprint on the animation universe is undeniable, and yet you're screwing with it with the computer animated claymation garbage. Um, and the idea of adapting it for today's audience is a challenge we here at Fox are very much looking forward to taking on with Warner Brothers. Elizabeth and Lindsay, no pressure whatsoever, really. Yeah, sure. That's gonna probably fall by the wayside of many of the woke experiments that have been going on lately, especially when you start messing with classic properties. She's a dummy, laugh out loud. Yeah, she is. Hey, couch gang. Quahog. Okay, thank you, Batco. I don't really watch Family Guy much, so all right, I'll be listening on. I'm driving, so sorry if I can't respond. That's cool. Be safe, bro. And thank you for the like. That helps with the algorithm and stuff. Warner Brothers executive Peter Girardi also stated the Flintstones are the first family of primetime animation. Elizabeth and Lindsay have a brilliant take on these characters, and Fox brilliant take on the characters. Okay, yeah. Okay. Apparently, they didn't learn their lesson from the Oscars. The Oscars are bombing. Hollywood is starting to bomb real badly, and now these people want to just rip on classic classic stuff. Um, let's see. And Brownstone are the perfect partners to bring them back to prime time. This is going to rock. Sorry, I don't think so. I think you're in for a reality check. People don't like woke. This show looks like it's going to be an absolute disaster just from the get go. Banks is a huge red flag, especially after our annex with Charlie's Angels. If you remember, Banks spoke with Australia's Herald Sun, where she blamed men for the film's failure before it even hit theaters. She stated, look, people have to buy tickets to this movie too. This movie has to make money. We don't have to do anything, you dumb lady. If those movies don't make money, it reinforces a stereotype in Hollywood that men don't go see women do action movies. Um, she added, that's bull. That is bull. That is bull. That is the biggest piece of bull. I'm sure Batgoat, you and Woody know some too. I've seen a number of films over the years where women have been real kick ass in action movies and television series. So that's not the problem. Okay. That is the biggest load of bull there is. Yeah, I know we already read that part. Okay. All right. So nothing new there. Ah. Saying, "Oh, you have to buy tickets to my movie because I say so." No, we don't. You dumb broad. Ah, Princess Leia. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ah. She then bemoaned what men like to see at the theaters. They'll go and see a comic book movie with Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel because that's a male genre. So even though those are movies about women, they put them in the context of feeding the larger comic book world. So it's all about, yes, you're watching a Wonder Woman movie, but we're setting up three other characters or we're setting up Justice League. Banks would eventually reveal the real reason she wanted the film to be a box office success. By the way, I'm happy for those characters to have box office success, but we need more women's voices supported with money because that's the power. The power is in the money. Now, that is true, okay, but whining about it isn't really going to help her cause. If anything, people are just going to say, say you're whining. We don't want to hear your whining. So, up yours, lady. It's no surprise that Banks would tap a writer like Kearns, who, based on her tweets, more than likely holds her same woke worldview. And then maybe the biggest red flag is who in their right mind wants to see Fred Flintstone about to retire? Who wants to see a Flintstones sequel series? Not to mention trying to turn it into an adult comedy. The whole show is going to be complete. And I kind of agree with that. Because it's funny because now I'm sure, as I said, back up Woody, you guys have probably seen the classic Flintstones, with Alan Reed doing the voice of Fred and Mel Blanc doing the voice of Barney. You know, I mean, it for its time, it kind of had some of the same issues too. You saw like with I Love Lucy and stuff too, where I think at least for the first few seasons, their first couple of seasons, Fred and Wilma were sleeping in separate beds. you know, um, but it was quaint because it depicted an ideal family life. You know, um, but now they're trying to make it woke. You know, I almost get the feeling this the way they're going to probably end up writing it. They're going to probably write it in such a way to where it's going to be kind of be like All in the Family, except they're not going to paint Fred as a just a simple lovable ignorant bigot. They're going to paint Fred as a hate. They're going to paint Fred in the worst possible way. It's going to be it's going to be like a darker version of All in the Family. That's what it sounds like to me here. Where you're gonna see Pebbles and Bam Bam probably very much disrespecting their parents. So I mean, Wonder Woman in the '70s with Linda Carter was a top 3 show. She's an idiot. I hate her. Yeah. Yeah. She obviously was not taken to the woodshed enough as a child. You know what they say? Spare the rod, spoil the child. This child was very definitely spoiled. Anyways, enough with that aggravation. Let's see, where are we at on time here? Wow, we're already an hour and 15. We're pretty much about halfway through, so making good time. It looks like. So I think I'll be able to get to the stories because now we're heading over to CBR, and usually those stories run a little bit quicker. So let's we're going back to the world of comics here. And there's one from this comics. Here we go. DC fandom. Okay. DC Fandom invites fans back for their virtual event's second year. This article was written by Tim Adams. So DC Fandom, a virtual fan convention, returns for year 2 and features announcements from DC Comics, DCEU, Arrowverse, WB Games, and more. DC Fandom, a global experience. Of course, this is an announcement of an event. Hmm. Okay, anyways, the virtual event DC Fandom is returning for its second year in October, offering fans a chance to preview their famous DC Comics, television shows, movies, and more. A tweet from the official DC Comics Twitter account is captioned, "The epic global event is back. Return to pound or hashtag DC Fandom 10/16/21, October 16th, 2021. An accompanying video invites fans back to DC Fandom while also reminding them to save the date for its virtual return. Here's the tweet. Last year's DC Fandom featured announcements from the worlds of DC Comics, the DC Extended Universe, Arrowverse, DC Universe, renamed DC Universe Infinite, and WB Games. DC Fandom gave fans the opportunity to hear from the cast and creators behind fan favorite movies and television shows, including Aquaman, The Batman, Batwoman, Black Adam, Black Lightning, DC Superhero Girls, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, DC Stargirl, Doom Patrol, The Flash, Harley Quinn, the Snyder Cut of Justice League, Lucifer, Pennyworth, Shazam, The Suicide Squad, Supergirl, Superman and Lois, Teen Titans Go, Titans, Watchmen, Young Justice, Outsiders, and Wonder Woman 1984. DC Fandom takes place on Saturday, April 16th. And that's it for that article. So that one went real quick. Um, and then the last two stories, of course, are from anime. World of anime here. Yeah, happens last. I guess nothing new. I hope everybody's still here. No, we're showing two people watching still. So hopefully, it seems like we only have two people watching. Oh boy. Hopefully everybody's still here. Nope, I totally bailed. Uh, anyways, icky hicky ha ha. Anyways, Kyoto Animation's free anime film announces title date and release. Free comes from the manga free. It's basically um a manga slash anime about a boys swimming team. So I know Vic provided the English one of the English voices in this one. So anyway, so here Here's of course they'll probably replace them in the upcoming. A new teaser for the upcoming free anime reveals the title, release date, and returning talent for the Kyoto animation film. Now, this is, of course, probably all relating to the Japanese cast, as it were. The free franchise will make its final splash later this year. In honor of the 8th anniversary of the original free Iwatobi Swim Club anime, Kyoto Animation revealed a new teaser for its upcoming free anime film, announcing the title and release date for the final installment of the sports anime series. Kyoto Animation also revealed that the film, titled Free, The Final Stroke, will be split into two parts. The first part will premiere September 17th, while the second part arrives April 22nd, 2022. The film's tagline reads, "Let's go to the stage of glory." While no major plot details have been revealed, the teaser does refer to the film as the final chapter of the series. Getting to the point where the guys are graduating, basically. Free, The Final Stroke was originally supposed to premiere in 2020 to coincide with the now delayed 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but it was bumped back due to an arson attack on Kyoto Animation Studio, one in July 2019, and I even reported a little bit on that. Basically somebody who had been rejected by Kyoto Animation decided to go in and blow people up, and I think two of the Kyoto employees ended up dying from that. So the attack resulted in the demolition of Kyoto Animation Studio 1 and the death of 36 employees, I'm sorry, including High Speed Free Starting Days director Yasuhiro Takamoto. Ishaku Kawamani, the director of the anime's third season, Free Dive to the Future, and the three previous films, Free Timeless Medley, The Bond, Free Timeless Medley, The Promise, and Free Take Your Marks, will return to helm Free The Final Stroke. Nobunaga Shimazaki from Black Clover, Fruits Basket, Sword Art Online Alicization, will also return to voice main protagonist Haruka Nanase. Although the rest of the voice cast has yet to be confirmed. Again, this is all the Japanese voice cast, of course. And I know Funimation was the one who licensed it, so and I know Vic had voiced a character in previous installments. Obviously, probably won't this time around. He told them to stay still and then burn them. Weird Society, yo. Yep. Hey, Leto, just got up to say hi. Laugh out loud. Yeah, now we're back up to 4. That's good. Let's see. The free franchise began as a 30-second promotional video for Kyoto Animation, but an intense fan campaign on Tumblr generated enough interest that the commercial was actually developed into an anime. Debuted in 2013. Ah, okay. So it's probably one of the few animes that may not have had a manga adaptation. And since that original commercial, the free franchise has had 3 seasons. Okay, so they did eventually develop a light novel, a five animated films, and the upcoming 2-part film. The series' balance of fan service, character development, and sports anime action has made it one of Kyoto Anime's most popular and successful animes. And the thing is, even from what I've little research I've done on Kyoto Anime, they have a, they have a lot of titles. Now this particular title, Free, is much like Oran High School Host Club, kind of a reverse harem. Um, Actually, no, this isn't even a harem because they're not really vying for a girl's attention here. But I maybe thought it was because they're talking about fan service there. But anyways, never mind. Free tells the story of protagonist Haruka Nanase, a high school student who has always loved the water and whose sole passion in life is swimming. He reunites with his former middle school swim teammates Makoto and Nagisa, um, and starts a new swimming club. And together they compete against friend turned rival Rin. That Rin is the guy in the English dub of Funimation. That's the guy who Vic voices. Starts a new swimming club, and together they compete against friend turn. Okay, who is determined to prove he is a stronger swimmer. The anime follows the boys' journeys to becoming professional swimmers and depicts that often tumultuous relationships with each other along the way. And that's it for that one. And I believe the author here was Lydia Levecchi. Lydia Levecchi. So the article is by Lydia Levecchi here. So, anyways, ah, so we got another like. Thank you for whoever dropped in another like there. Anyways, hey, toys, laying back down. Uh, all right. Well, with that being said, we have one more main story to get to, and we're making good. We're coming up on an hour and a half, so it looks like we're going to get at least the hour and a half um, in there. So that'll be good. Of course, two of those stories really riled us up. The Vic story and that Elizabeth Banks story. All right, so this is going to be the last story we're going to hit. Last main story we're going to hit tonight. Dragon Ball and Kamen Rider composer Shinsuke Kikuchi dies at 89 years old. So this was the guy who I guess was involved in the music for the two series there. So Shinsuke Kikuchi, best known for his musical work on the Kamen Rider and Dragon Ball franchises, dies at 89 due to aspiration pneumonia. Famed composer Shinsuke Kikuchi died on April 24th at the age of 89. So that was last Saturday. Kikuchi passed away due to aspiration pneumonia and was undergoing treatment at the time of his death. His close family members held a private funeral. Born in the Aomori prefecture in 1931, um, so he would have been turning 90 at some point. Kikuchi started composing music in 1961. So at the age, he was about 30 then. Over the course of his career, he received multiple awards, including the Award of Merit at the 2013 Tokyo Anime Awards. So at that point, he would have been about 82, it looks like. And the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 57th Japan Record Awards 2015. So that would have made him about 84 there. Kikuji's major works include composing themes for the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z franchise with a contribution of over 400 pieces. He also composed the Let's Go Rider Kick theme for the first Kamen Rider series, which landed one of the most iconic tokusatsu franchises. Rounding out Kikuchi's work is the Doraemon no Uta, or Doraemon song, for Doraemon, which is considered one of the most iconic anime openings in history. He has also. I wonder which Doraemon though, because there have been a few over the years. I guess maybe they're talking about the original one back in the '70s. I guess because Doraemon has had several incarnations. The one some of you might have seen is probably the 2005 version. Let's see now. Hey, Anon's here. Hey, just got home. How's it going? Going to eat and listen in. All right. Hey, thanks for dropping in there. Anon, evening, everyone. Hey, Anon. Um, yeah. So let's see. He has also worked on numerous anime series, including Getter Robo and Doctor Slump. With the latter created by Dragon Ball Z's Akira Toriyama. Kikuchi's work also spread to the realm of live action, and Yorami Bushi, which he composed in 1972, was used on the soundtrack for Kill Bill Volume 2. Alrighty then, so that's it for the main stories tonight. Let's see now. Other people saying, hey, Anon. Hey, Anon. Hi, Anon. T2. So, did you guys like those stories? How did you guys feel about the situation between Emmett Plant and Vic and Elizabeth Banks doing basically doing the Flintstones remake, I guess, or trying to turn the Flintstones into an adult situation comedy? Yeah, it was like Plant is a literal no one trying to be someone. Yeah, well, okay, and Anon, you might want to, when you have a chance, you might want to go back and watch earlier in the stream because I was covering the story on Emmett's attempts to cancel Vic once again. This time from a con in Chattanooga called Metrotham Con. Banks can go fail upwards and lose more money for companies. I suppose we have to give them a chance. Nah, never mind. Woody, did you see the animation they were putting out for the Flintstones? That's like computer. No, that looked more like. I'm sorry, I was saying it was computer animation originally, but that looks more like claymation. That looks more like they just barfed up animation. It looked like they literally barfed up animation for that. And I do know that goat's feelings on that because he made that quite clear. Oh yeah, I remember now. Plant had a track record, so there's no really any hope. I won't watch it unless someone covers it. Yeah, I mean, I just wish these woke idiots would leave the classics alone. They're classic for a reason. They don't. We don't need them stirring. Trying to make it woke. And I said this earlier when I was talking more about the Flintstones too. I have a feeling they're gonna try to make it like a darker version of All in the Family, basically, where instead of portraying Archie as kind of the lovable, ignorant bigot, they're gonna make Fred seem more like a real hateful individual. They're gonna, in as he prepares for retirement, they're gonna probably try to have, you know, maybe not literally, but they're going to try to have Pebble sit there and emasculate him. Knowing these women. I didn't see it. I saw the one still you showed, I think. Yeah. The one still was the one I was talking about. The one still was the one I was talking about, Woody. Yeah, I quit paying for any kind of TV or streaming quite a while ago. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're at an hour and 37 minutes, guys. So we got through the six stories tonight. Um, so I think it might be, and I do believe that Nick might be. I think he might be streaming. Let me check here because I think I did see something earlier that yeah. Um, so he's streaming tonight. Nick is streaming tonight. He's gonna be with Good Logic, and they're gonna be watching the Biden address from earlier. Um, I guess and commenting on it. So that's what's going on Nick's show. Um, Same here, Woody. Cable as a kid, I thought it was the greatest thing. Now it's channels, but nothing to watch. I love that dude. I think his name was Jose or something. Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny, Anon and Woody, how you what you just said there, because it actually reminds me of there was a Bruce Springsteen song. I believe it was around 90 or so, 1990 or so. It was called 57 Channels and There's Nothing On. And that's basically where we're at with cable now. I mean, the nostalgia channels are still pretty good. But other than that, it's like that song from Bruce Springsteen back in the early 90s there. 57 channels and there's nothing on. 57 channels and there's nothing on. Um, Jose? Joe Neiman. All right. Well, it's now getting close to an hour 40, so I think it might be a good time to start wrapping up. Are you guys ready for this day in Nietzsche history? Nietzsche it up. Nietzsche it up. All right. So let me just review here. Let's see, 1951. That's from 96, 91, and 2011. Okay, so today being Wednesday, April 28th, 2021, let's take a look back on this day in Nietzsche history. Our first stop is going to take us back 70 years ago today as on this date, the fifth issue of War Comics went on sale on this date. Anthology series that had 4 stories that included Total Destruction, The Black Shark, Sergeant Storm's Mission, and The Hounds of Death. This was the 5th issue of War Comics as published by Marvel Comics, at the time known as USA Comic Magazine Corporation. It was a bi-monthly title. Came out on this date with a cover date of August of 1951. So on this date, 70 years ago today, the 5th issue of War Comics went on sale on newsstands on this date 70 years ago today. Nietzsche it up. Yep. Hello, Nietzsche. Okay, so anyways, there's that. So now let's move on to the next piece of Nietzsche history. And on this date, 30 years ago today, in 1991, American singer and actor Ken Curtis passed away at the age of 74. Ken Curtis was his main known work was as Festus from Gunsmoke. He was Festus from Gunsmoke, but he's in this area animation because he provided the voice of Nutsy the Vulture in the 1973 Walt Disney Productions film Robin Hood, the animated film Robin Hood from Walt Disney Pictures. So on this date in 1991, 30 years ago today, Ken Curtis, American singer and actor who provided the voice of Nutsy the Vulture in the 1973 animated Robin Hood movie by Walt Disney Pictures, as well as being Festus from Gunsmoke, passed away at the age of 74. So, moving on to the next piece of Nietzsche history. All right, going heading from that point 5 years into the future, going back 25 years ago from today. On this date in 1996, the WWF held its 7th In Your House pay-per-view, Good Friends, Better Enemies. This was kind of a test run to see how monthly pay-per-views would work for the WWF. As you know, up to this point, pay-per-views were run seasonally, which meant that you get 3 or 4 a year, one for each season, and they were starting to steadily increase. This was the WWF's first attempt at, with these In Your House pay-per-views, this was their first attempt at the idea of having the monthly pay-per-views. This particular In Your House, number 7, Good Friends, Better Enemies, was held at the Omaha Civic Omaha Civic Auditorium in Omaha, Nebraska. And during the event, in the main event, you saw Shawn Michaels retain the WWF World Heavyweight Championship, the no hold barred match against Diesel. You also saw the Body Donnas retain the WWF Tag Team Championship over the Godwins. Goldust retained the WWF Intercontinental Championship on a via countout over the Ultimate Warrior. Vader defeated Razor Ramon, and those are and let's see. You also had Owen Hart and British Bulldog defeat Ahmed Johnson and Jake Robertson in the free for all match. You had Mark Merrow with Rena Merrow. At the time, Rena Merrow. We all know her now as Rena Lesnar. Um, but at the time, of course, she was still Mark Merrow's wife. Defeat the 1-2-3 Kid, aka Sean Waltman. So, um, on this date in 1996 was the In Your House #7 pay per view from the Omaha Civic Center. Um, Either yet. Let's see it. Let's see what you guys are. Festus was a fun character. Ken Curtis used to show up as celebrity name at showed up as celebrity name at some point. Some of the local rodeos when I was growing up. Classic lineup there. Vader. Yep. So, anyways, moving on to the last bit of niche history here. On this date, in 10 years ago today, in the year 2011, the Gynax would release the OVA Panty and Stocking in Sanitary Box. The Panty and Stocking Sanitary Box OVA was released by Gynax on this date 10 years ago today in 2011. So, with that being said, guys, I thank you all for being here tonight. Let's see. It was fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. Um, Hope you all are still here. The counter drives me crazy. I hope we can get up to 10 regular viewers soon, so I'll stop being screwy like that. Have a good one, everyone, and thank you guys for the likes and shares. I really do appreciate it. You know, so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. And before we go, let's see. I'm excited about what I've done so far. I hope you guys find it funny. All right. Bye.